I'm going to ask you for your genuine, unfiltered response.
Narcissism's not danger. Is a relationship really supposed to last forever? But also love don't pay no bills.
Do you think that's okay?
Girl, times are hard.
All the colours of the flags are out.
Welcome to another episode of Mek Sense with Melzy, where we make sense of the world we live in through real culture conversations. I've just walked into the space and been told that I'm not going to be asking questions today. So I'm going to hand it over to one of my favourite guests from season 1, my sister from another mister, my girl, Lian R Jacobs. Woo! Oi, 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 oi. What's going on, Lian?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Are you sure?
I'm sure we've had a good couple of days.
Good.
Winter's here upon us.
Absolutely. Something about you, but that's not making sense to me.
that is not making sense to me. Speaking of that, let's start off with what don't make sense and what does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lian, please start first. What don't make sense to you?
People that are late
Let's talk about it.
and make me wait.
Let's talk about it.
It's too popular. It happens too much. Why are people always late? Why are people not sometimes late, always late? It's like they thrive off it. It's like someone's paying them to do it, to upset me because it upsets me. Does it make sense? Stop being late.
Is this directed to myself?
You are one of the culprits. Yes. Yes, she is.
I mean, I'm really trying with my lateness. I think sometimes for us late people, we underestimate how much time we've got to do things. I think
agree.
it's a bit of time management, I think.
Yeah. But time is money. So when you waste your time and other people's time, are you serious about your money?
Yeah, it's bad. So how does one be on time? I don't know what that looks like.
Plan better. Organize yourself. If you know you got 7 things to do, can you do any of them the day before? Can you just make things easier by planning ahead?
I'm going to take your feedback on board.
Okay, love that.
Big up all the late people.
No, put the L down.
No, L. Yeah.
You cannot be.
Don't take any more L's. I'm going to try. I'm really trying. Like now, I'm only like 5 minutes late. But it's still not
In
good
God's
enough.
time or in real time.
In God's time.
Amen.
What does make sense to you? Because I feel attacked.
No,
right
don't
now.
be attacked. Don't be attacked. What makes sense to me is, the festive periods come and gone, family time. That makes sense to me. Like throughout the year, so much stuff happens. But when you end the year with family and friends, because it's not just blood family, you choose your family as well. There's something about that just feels right.
Righteous.
Feels righteous.
Yeah, I love a little like family time. I'm really enjoying family time at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do 100% agree with you there.
And those memories really matter.
They really do.
So that's making sense to me.
What don't make sense to me is that people don't understand that sometimes you can be late. Things happen. Your dog might die. Your cat might die. You might have a wardrobe malfunction. You might be on the ADHD spectrum. There could be many reasons why someone could be late. And I think people need to be a little bit more understanding.
I mean, if those are the genuine reasons why, you can, you can understand if there's a death, if there's certain things that are serious, a wardrobe malfunction is not acceptable because when you pre-plan, when you organize yourself, you try on the outfit before the event, so you already know it's not going to work. And then you have time to fix it so that on the actual day, you don't have that worry.
Okay. I didn't win this battle, clearly, guys. I tried.
I'm too passionate about the late.
Clearly too passionate. What does make sense to me is, like, I'm really excited for 2025. I don't know why, but I'm just really excited. I feel like 2024 was a really, really strong year for me. And I'm really looking forward to like blending into 2025 and continuing what I have been doing. It's been a strong year. I've ticked a lot of things off my bucket list. Got a new whip.
Come on.
Skirt. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what 2025 brings us.
I love that.
So, as we mentioned, it's going to be a little bit different today. You're actually asking me the dilemmas. How did you get this past management, first of all?
Because I'm the big Lian, never the little one.
Never the little one.
Yeah, no, we just thought, switch it up.
Switch
We're
it
in the
up.
new year. Let's do something new.
Do something. No, I'm going to have to bring you on as a co-host.
Ah, thanks.
The way you're looking all professional today, love. You're looking cute. All right, go on then. Go with the first dilemma. Let's go.
So I'm going to ask you as if it's you. So these have been sent in as dilemmas, but I'm going to ask you for your genuine, unfiltered response. Is that okay?
Okay.
So the first one is, you find out that your partner has a secret online persona where they're posting compromising photos and engaging in questionable activities. They insist that it's just for fun and it has nothing to do with your relationship. Do you confront them or try to ignore it?
First and foremost, why are you putting out compromises? The word compromising that came out for me. Why are you posting compromising pictures? That's a problem.
They insist it's just for fun.
Why you did what's so fun about posting compromising pictures? Because compromising, I'm automatically going to think sexual.
Okay.
I don't want to see my man online in any sexual capacity. If it ain't for Playboy
or Vicky's Secret
or Fenty Beauty or Vogue or Calvin Klein
or a young GQ
or a long
then it's not making sense.
It's not making sense.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I find that, like, you have to have a really level of confidence to be able to post compromising pictures. Like, I remember one day I posted a bikini picture. I have actually got a few bikini pictures on my gram, but, like, I remember posting, like, quite a close one. And I was talking to someone like, yeah, Melzy J, da-da-da-da. He Googled me. What was the first picture that came up? The half-naked picture.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So from that day, I'm like, whoa. I don't want someone to Google me and the first thing they see is titties and ass.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So from then, I'm probably a little bit more conscious about what's my future husband going to think? Like, how's my family going to feel? Now, I say that to say this. If Playboy, Fenty Beauty, GQ, Calvin Klein, any other, Fenty Beauty specifically, if Fenty asks me to get naked, I'm going to get naked for Fenty.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, I've got big boobs. I think I'd be a good body shape to add to the repertoire of body shapes that we've got on Fenty Beauty. And I think for other women that might see me as like slim thick, because that's what someone called me the other day, slim thick, with big boobs, sometimes seeing someone that kind of has got big boobs is like, okay, I know that bra might fit me, or I know that top might look good. So there's a bigger meaning behind it than just putting out compromising pictures.
Okay.
The other issue is the internet's there forever.
That part.
So once it's up, what about if you go into a job and someone Googles you and all they see
that's very true.
is naked pictures.
Yeah.
So it's little things that I think about when I post on Instagram.
Let's say you've shared how you feel about it, and let's say your partner's like, babe, I'm not taking it down. Like, I like it. It's fun. What happens next?
I'm going to have to reconsider that relationship.
Okay.
I would have to reconsider that relationship. And this is why I feel like people need to be honest at the very beginning. Because if you was honest at the very beginning, you've given me a choice whether I want to take that on board, keep it moving, or nah, it's not for me.
Okay.
But you can't be coming halfway all of a sudden and be like, oh, I'm posting compromising pictures. Oh, I enjoy it. Like, I need to know that you enjoy being naked online.
Okay.
That's a very important part of us getting to know each other.
Very fair.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is very different.
I love it. I feel like you're in the hot seat.
Hot seat.
And I love that. Ready for the next one?
Go on then.
Your partner proposes an open relationship out of the blue, claiming that it will strengthen your bond. You've always been monogamous and never considered this before. Do you agree to explore it, or do you end the relationship?
This is a tricky one.
Okay.
Because it goes back to that thing of like men cheating. He's come to you and said he wants to basically have sex with somebody else.
Okay.
And I'd probably prefer a man to be honest with me about his feelings than just go out and cheat.
Okay.
However, I don't really want to do an open relationship. Like, that's not something that it's ever come within my peripheral vision. And I feel like a lot of people are on this polygamy business at the moment. But back in the day, it was a bit different. Man had a farm over there. He had a farm over here. there was a different meaning behind polygamy back in those days. I feel like it was more for building empires. Do you get what I mean? Like, okay, if I build something over here, I've got a family over here to continue that legacy. Okay, I'm going to go build in this country, I've got family to build in that legacy. And also when it comes to polygamy or / open relationships, is you have to be giving everyone the same thing. Especially in like Islam, like in certain religions, you can have a wife, an extra wife, but your wife, this wife's got a Mercedes Benz, a car, this and that, the next wife can do this and that.
Okay.
And a lot of men can just about deal with the one woman. So where are you going with polygamy?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's also part of that process. I understand why people may want an open relationship, because sometimes I think to myself, like, is a relationship really supposed to last forever?
Okay.
Is it supposed to last a lifetime? Does it have a lifespan? Because if you don't grow with that partner and you guys are not growing in the same direction, you're going to grow in opposite directions. So if we're talking about a relationship and he's been with that person for 20 years, I can understand why he might want to open it up.
Okay.
But don't be saying there's not a problem with the relationship, because there clearly is, as to why you want to look for another person.
Okay, fair.
Because if you're satisfied in your situation, no way would you even bring in an open... Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that's also like a societal thing where we always want more, we always want new, we always want fast and fresh? And do you know what I mean? Is it because the reality of it is there's some things in life you just have to be content with.
Right.
You cannot always have the next and the new. Some days there's rice at home.
There's food at home.
There's food at home.
Yeah.
Some days just be content. And I think personally, it's a society thing where we always want the next thing. We want the whatever it is. And I just think something about that is quite dangerous.
It is very dangerous. And I also, just to pick up on that point, like at some point, you have to be satisfied in your situation. Otherwise, you're always going to want more and more. And says you want more and more. Says you want more and more. Like, and even me, like, I'm a quite ambitious person. I find myself getting something like, just got a car, but I'm still a little bit down in the dumps. Why are you not satisfied that you've just picked up a big boy car, bro? So I think society has made us believe we need more. We need the next best thing. We need the next designer thing. We need the baddest bee. We need that. And it's like, do we? Or do we just need to be satisfied in our own situation?
Yeah.
I remember I met someone.
Speak on it.
And he was hot. Like, he was real cute. This is probably like years ago. And he literally said, like, I'm in a relationship with someone. I'm in an open relationship.
Okay.
Would you like to be the second? I've had 2 people say that to me, actually.
Okay.
Would you like to be the second woman? And I'm like, does your wife know about this? Yep, she knows. She's clear.
Okay.
We're both open. So I'm like, so what? You want me to be a side chick? Because I'm not the main chick. I'm the course on the side. I'm the wing. She the breast. Like, I'm not trying to be no one's wing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be someone's rib.
Although I love a chicken wing.
Oh, I love a chicken wing.
But yeah, you want to be someone's rib. Absolutely.
I want to be someone's rib. And then there was
Absolutely.
another guy that I spoke to when I was at like another event, and we got into this open dialogue about open relationship. He was like, yeah, I've got a wife. Is that not something that you would consider? I said, I don't know, because I don't like sharing. I don't even like sharing my food. So I'm going to want to share my man. And then you've got to worry about pH level balances. Because what if her pum-pums turn up and then she wants to come and bring that pH over here? I ain't got time for all of that bacterial messing up with my thing, because that do you get what I mean? You're sharing fluids, so it's a little bit deeper, and then it's also soul ties.
I knew you were going to say that next.
Soul ties.
I knew you were going to say that.
If you're connected to her, I'm going to have to really see who this person is.
Okay.
Because essentially, as much as I'm having sex with him, I'm having sex with her too. When you actually think about it.
And that's too much.
That's too much. That's too much. Like, I'm happy to do the Adam and Eve thing. Yeah, that's me. I don't know whether I'd be comfortable doing that.
Okay, that's fair. I think.
But I'd entertain the conversation.
Yeah, which is fair.
To find out how my husband's feeling.
Yeah.
How does he feel? What's the case? I'd rather have a break and you go and do what you want to do.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, okay, and then you're taking him back?
I don't know. I might take him back. I might not.
As in, there's an openness to taking that person back, knowing that they're leaving the relationship to go and do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
Knowing that they probably can come back to you.
It's that whole grass is on the greener thing. You go and see if that grass is greener on the other side,
Right.
babes. Because
Wow.
if you want to be, I might want to have sex with someone too.
So,
I might want to deal with the pool boy.
no.
Why?
No.
If he's,
We're too free. That is the problem. We are too free in this society, yeah. Because I do not think this is my personal opinion. These are not the views of Mek Sense with Melzy podcast. Just mine, okay? I am not okay with somebody just one day popping up and being like, I want to have an open relationship. And then let's say we have the conversation. I don't agree. I let them go. And they think they can come back. No. Because there's rice at home. Just be content. If there's an issue we need to address as in our relationship, let's address the issue. Whatever the issue is, let's address that, rather than you thinking the alternative or the solution or whatever it's for you to go and find that elsewhere. What makes you think you're going to find that somewhere else?
Because man is still man.
I hear that. But
Man
when you make
can-
a choice to be in a relationship, and let's say it's a marriage or whatever, like your choice is me. So I'm going to need you to keep making that choice.
So then, okay, then would you rather him just be like, okay, you don't want to do an open relationship, I'm divorcing you, then what are you going to do?
That I would be upset, but it makes me think, if you're going to do that, if your desire is so to be with other people, you're going to do that anyway. I would rather us have the conversation about ending the relationship, whether that's divorce or whatever, than you just either cheat. I mean, that has more trauma attached to it and
does.
all of that.
It does.
But am I going to fight you when I think that the kind of man that I believe I would marry would have certain morals? I'm a woman of faith, so I'm going to be with someone who's like a Christian.
Yeah.
We locked in. We did that before God. No, we're going to work it through. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I would initially love to work it through.
Yeah.
But I also understand that, like, some people have been in relationship for 20 years, Lee. Like...
And some people have been for 50.
Right.
Where do we go from here?
Find the ones that want to be in relationships for 50.
That's the key.
That's the key.
I don't know where they are, but
I don't know where they are.
find them.
But they're somewhere.
Okay.
So we're a bit... just a little... Okay, cool. Next one.
Okay, cool. You discover your partner is married, but never mentioned it. And they've been leading a double life. They ask for your help in maintaining this facade to protect their family. What do you do? Sorry, I nearly choked.
Read that again, because it just didn't make no sense.
You discover your partner is married, but never mentioned it. They forgot. And they've been leading a double life. They ask for your help in maintaining this facade to protect their family. What do you do?
Who sent in this dilemma, first and foremost?
People are going through. What?
Like,
What?
How can you not mention you're married?
You forgot?
This is why, girls, you need to ask these very important questions. Are you with anybody, or does anybody else think they're with you?
This is even deeper than that.
It is deeper than that.
Someone else has your surname. You live in the same yard.
And there's bare married men that are out here doing a Mazzolina right now.
Girl.
Like, yeah, I'm locking it off in 3.5 seconds because I don't believe in, like, cheating. I don't believe in cheating on your wife, especially. I don't believe in any cheating whatsoever, but when you've made a conscious effort to marry someone and make them the love of your life and through thick and thin, I wouldn't want that karma to come back around on me. I'm quite a karma person. Like, this is why I go through life and make sure that I treat people how I would want to be treated. So, like, a married man couldn't have me if he's married. That's not even a thing for me. Like, that's not. I have kind of dated a married man before.
Okay.
But he was separated. And that was clear with him. But it didn't work out because, obviously, life. But, yeah, it's not really something that I believe in. It's not something that... Be honest. Like, if you can lie about a whole marriage...
Why?
What else don't I know?
There you go. Is your name really Jermaine?
Is your name really Jermaine?
I don't know why I picked that name.
I don't know why.
Jermaine.
Sorry for the Jermaines out there.
Like,
Do you get what I mean? Like, do you really live in Birmingham? Like, are you really Do you get what I mean? It makes you question everything.
Yeah.
And I'm quite a transparent person. I actually physically can't lie, even if I tried. Do you get what I mean? So for me, it's just like, you're not being transparent in the first place. So he would have to get locked off immediately. And I'd probably tell his wife too.
That was going to be my next question. Are you doing from a woman to a woman? Because you know how people say, from a woman to a woman. I just need to let you know. Are you doing that? Are you letting her know?
See, I'm in a space of minding my own business right now. This is why I'm a bit like, oh, would I tell her? But my morals and values say, yeah, tell her. Tell her. Be honest about it.
Okay.
Because a lot of girls...
And what is the...
Conversation.
No. What's your reasoning? Like, what's your objective? So you would tell her because...
He's leading a double life.
Okay.
He could be leading a triple life, a quadruple life.
That part.
Do you get what I mean? So it's that thing of like, she needs to know that he's out here with girls claiming that he's not married.
Okay.
Your married man is saying he's not married to other people. That's a problem.
Okay. Bye.
You can't have my whole family and friends there. Do a big wedding.
Can you imagine? 30 plus K.
30 plus K for a wedding. And turn around and be not
You
be
did a
telling
big
people.
butt down the aisle.
Big butt down the aisle, jumped over the broom. Do you get what I mean? Did a big speeches. Nah.
Cut cake.
Nah. Nah. Not gonna work. Not gonna work for me.
Okay.
Dirty dog.
That came from a deep place. The next dilemma. People are really going through.
They're going through it.
Okay. Your best friend suddenly announces they're moving across the country to live with someone they met online just a month ago. They ask you to support their decision and help with the move. Do you assist or question their judgment?
I know people that have been in long distance relationships and it's worked out. But it's that thing of like, you've only known him for a month. So to dig up and go on to leave the whole of your life for a man that you've known a month is low-key stupidity. Online as well. So you've not met him face to face. Like, this man could smell.
Forget he could be crazy, a murderer, a liar.
He could smell. And once you're there, where are you going? Do you get what I mean? We'll find out he's a murderer. We'll find out all of the other things. But we're not going to find out whether he smells until you sit next to him. So it's all good speaking to someone, but I feel like there's strength in being in someone's presence, knowing how they are as a person, seeing how they talk to their parents, seeing how they talk to the people around them, seeing how they congregate with the person in the shop. Like, those are important things. Like, how are you supposed to know when he's angry and how he reacts to that? So what I would probably recommend my friend wouldn't come to me to ask her to support such a stupid decision.
Okay.
I wouldn't be the friend that she would come to for that. I'm too real.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? I'm the real friend that everyone comes to when Melissa's going to be fair and let me know whether right or wrong, whatever. So I feel like what I would say to her is go out and see him for a couple of weeks, or a weekend, put on your location.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I mean? Like, or fly out with a friend so that you can both go to meet him and you can do a little something. Yeah. So then at least then we can kind of see the gist of who the person is, whether he's a murderer, whether he's this, whether he's that. Because once you're there, you can't really get out of it.
Exactly.
And there's some crazy things happening to women. Like, we're so vulnerable in so many different scenarios when it comes to men. It's just a bit sad, really, that we have to think safety first.
But that's the reality. Like, if you're watching this and you're like dating online, you've got to be careful, you've got to be savvy, you've got to be smart. Like, don't just trust people because they say X or Y. Like, be smart. And also, there's this thing around the difference between privacy and secrecy. A lot of people are secretive about their behaviour and who they're talking to because, I don't want people in my business, but it's wise to be private but not secretive. Let people know. Not lots of people, but let people know, because there's going to be someone who knows my man.
Someone knows my man.
Someone's going to know my man. Someone's going to know what he's about. And you need that information to make informed decisions about who you're dating.
Right.
Because just because my man says he's a lawyer, it means he's a liar, not a lawyer.
Right.
You just don't know.
You just don't know.
Like, have conversations with people, obviously,
and
that you
find
trust.
out. And
find out who these people are, because the world is a crazy place.
Crazy place. And I'm going to say this online. I'm probably going to get kicked out of the group for this, but there's
gosh.
actually a group on Facebook
Oh, yes.
called something. I'm not going to mention what it's called,
no.
actually. But basically, this group will post guys specifically, and then other girls will comment on whether they've dated that guy before, or, you know, do you know him? Is he a paedophile? Is he a rapist? And I do get some of the gist, but I don't think it's being probably used in the right context. Because I've seen a couple guys that I know in the industry on this
Same.
thing, and I'm like, I know this person's a good person. Like, to have his picture on there.
And that's what I was about to ask you. How do you feel about that kind of group? But so like the good, like the positives of it, and also the negatives.
I think the positives of the group is that there's low key like guys out here that are really pervy, that are really like narcissistic, you know, serial liars, serial cheaters. They're just not honest people. So I do understand why women might want to find out what's going on with that person. But where's your faith?
Where's your discernment?
Where's your discernment?
Switch it on.
Like, switch on your discernment. Like, if you're in tune with what you're doing and what you're saying and yada, 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 someone will tell you that this person's not right.
Because you know what we love? Flags.
Flags.
It's like carnival. All the colours of the flags are out. And you know what we do? Ignore them.
Yeah.
Ignore them.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop
we need to stop ignoring the flag. Every day can't be carnival. At some point, you got to be like, this don't look right. This don't feel right, and trust yourself.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what I'm hearing. Some of the things I'm hearing, I'm like, no.
It's crazy.
You walked into that.
And then it's like, certain girls are like, oh, I just met this guy yesterday, just want information on anything on him. No, go and speak to him and go and have a conversation. I don't think the site was for that reason. I think it should only be used if someone is in danger.
Okay.
Narcissism's not danger. I don't think that's dangerous.
Ooh, interesting.
Not to the extent where someone needs to be outed.
Do you not think?
That's a characteristic. Apparently, we're all supposed to be a little bit narco.
But isn't there a difference between having some like small traits of narcissism and being? Do you not believe you can be dangerously narcissistic?
100%. But then how are we supposed to weigh that up from one picture, from one person's story?
Right.
She said that he's a narco. He might be a narco to you. He ain't a narco to me because I use my discernment. And I was like, babe, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. You're not listening.
So whose account is valid? Because that woman who has said he is narcissistic, and whatever else she said, that means that person has that character, that's in them. Just because he hasn't shown it you yet, does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Like,
But then how do we challenge that?
You stay. I'm staying away.
Right.
It doesn't need to be more than one woman that's telling me you've done X thing. I don't care. Go to Jesus. He forgives. He changes people's lives. I don't change people's lives.
Right.
I can forgive. Like, no, you just don't belong in my life. I'm so sorry.
So my thing is why post a guy and say, I've met this guy. I'm not too sure about him. He shows off narcissistic traits. He seems to be a bit manipulative. Why are you posting that and not just being, I'm not going to be with that person?
Because it's a bit of a warning, I guess. But
is she warning herself?
No, but a lot of people on this site, on this page, are multiple offenders.
Yes.
Serial offenders.
Yes.
At what point do we protect each other as women and say, yo, be careful of this one? I'm not going to say don't talk to him. Be careful because this is my experience. And then with that, you use your discernment or your judgment or whatever to weigh up, is this correct? But if no one ever outs a person, people get away with violence on women and abuse on women and whoever because no one ever wants to say. Do you get what I mean? I don't know.
It's a really tricky one because obviously you have to protect yourself from all bad mind kind of people. But it's like, how do you do that? If you've been in a DV situation, like, I'd probably out him. If it's paedophilia, rape, any of that kind of stuff, I would probably out him. But if we're talking about a narcissistic person, there's narcissistic people in our workplace. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yeah. Is it more us that needs to see that discernment to be able to be like, I need to stay away from that person? Because then, okay, put it in this perspective, Leah. Someone might come to me and say, right, Lian R Jacobs, she thinks she's too nice. She's this. Am I going to base my judgment from what this person says? And I don't know this person from Adam. I don't know what their house looks like. I don't know what their morals and values are like.
I don't know if they wash their chicken.
I don't even know whether they wash their chicken. I don't even know whether they wash their front.
Jesus.
Do you get what I mean? So I'm trusting someone again that I don't know.
Right.
But yet me and you have had a good relationship and I've never seen any of these things.
Yeah.
So am I going to believe this random person that's saying it, or am I going to find out for myself?
The difference in that situation is that that person knows them personally. So you just said a random person's come to you and said X about me. You know me personally, so they can't kid you with that because you know me. So you wouldn't take on what someone else did because they don't know me personally. You do. In this situation, that person knows this man personally and you don't.
But how do we know that they know them that personally and they've not just seen them a couple of times and had a quick bang? How do we actually, because
Because it also, even if that's the case, there's still an element of personal sharing. Like, people obviously put their best foot forward, but as women, we have this intuition, we have this thing where we just know, you lying, or not. So I don't know. I guess
it's a hard one.
It is. It
Because
really
I
is.
saw someone that I knew were on there
Yeah.
posted. I
Yeah.
know this person's a good you.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he's on that group.
Yeah.
But the message was kind of like, oh, I've just started talking to him. I've not heard too many great things. But underneath the comments, it was like, great guy, cool guy,
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
My girl got defensive. I didn't ask what he was like in his career. I asked what he was like in terms of a relationship.
Oh, wow. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, well, if that's what you're asking, bro, talk to the boy and find out, no,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Why are you posting him here?
Yeah.
Because he's not a risk.
Okay.
So that's why I'm kind of a little bit two ways about the site.
Understand.
But I love the mix up. So
That part.
I'll be reading the comments. And
I'm not in the group because it's not my business. But sometimes in my group chats, I see it pop up and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it's wild.
Um,
Because then if flip it on the other side, if they did a girls' version, how would we feel?
I wouldn't be there, so.
I wouldn't be there either. But someone might just be like, oh, Melzy, she's a presenter. Yeah. Does anybody know anything on her? I'd have a problem with that.
I get you.
Ask me the question, bro.
Yeah, I
That's
get
like,
you.
that's almost low-key like tagging my phone. It's
okay.
almost kind of an invasion of privacy. I get the safety element. We do need to keep ourselves safe.
Yeah.
But we need to be focusing on those high-profile individuals that are like really pervy, that have been done for paedophilia, that have been done for rape, that have been done with certain things. Even certain man might have been accused of certain things. They've bust case for whatever reason. They may or may not have done that, but then they still get flagged for, doing certain things.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we have discernment? How do we have empathy? How do we look at all four sides of the coin? Because if you're a girl that's got bag of baby fathers, 10 baby fathers, 10
Look how busy.
10, you know what I mean? 10 pitney.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to a word that you've said, sis.
Okay.
Because you don't value your vagina, first of all. Because you've allowed 10 men to breed you. So it's like, can I really listen to Kaza? When Kaza's had a child every single year with a different man? Because clearly discernment's not over there. Because discernment would have said, you know what, let me try and use protection, which is free. Let me enjoy myself safely, because 10 kids is going to be a lot to manage if there's not a father.
So is the issue that the person had the children, or is the issue that the person's been with 10 people? Because whether they use protection or not, is it not?
It's more of an issue of having multiple baby fathers and multiple children, and not thinking that that's not seeing that as a red flag. It's different if you've got maybe 2 baby fathers or 3 or whatever. Do you get what I mean? I know women that have got 2 baby fathers and they're still with that partner now. I know some people that have got 3 baby fathers and they're still with that partner now. But if you're just breeding and not taking into consideration how that's going to affect the children or how you're going to manage that amount of children, and you're not thinking wisely about it, that's completely different.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? So there's different sides. I'm not saying you can't have multiple baby fathers and, multiple things, but it's things that you need to think about. I met someone the other day. This guy said he had 5 kids.
Busy.
Busy.
Yes.
Well,
What are we doing here?
what are we doing here? I'll be honest. I can't date a man that's got 5 kids.
No.
2, 16, 15, I can
18.
do 18.
18 and 16.
But if we're talking 2 kids under the age of 3 and 5, I'm going to think to myself, okay, if you can leave this relationship for whatever reason, and there's 2 kids under a certain age there, what makes me any different?
Okay. Cool.
I've
Next
said some,
dilemma.
I've said some outlandish things today.
Okay. Last dilemma. Are you ready?
Not really.
You are. You'll be alright with this one. Your friend starts dating someone who is extremely wealthy.
We get it, girl. Beds, Rex for Rex for Rex.
But,
Oh,
because you know there's always a
always a but.
has a history of outrageous behaviour, including frequent public scandals. They expect you to endorse their relationship. Do you support them or voice your concerns about their partner's behaviour?
Sounds like Kim and Kanye.
Okay. So you're Kim's friend. What are you saying? Are you saying?
I'm saying, Kim, you knew Kanye was a wild one from the start. You knew he was a wild one from the start. Again, it goes back to reading the signs. He's not changed. He's just become more outlandish.
Okay. But they're
Do you
wealthy?
get what I mean? And wealthy.
He says extremely.
This is what I'm saying to you. I think sometimes when you're wealthy and when you are rich and you've got a lot of money, it's like you get more power. And sometimes by having more power, I feel like I can say what I want. I can do what I want. No one can tell me nothing. Because I'm rich. I'm one of the richest men in the world.
Okay. So are you endorsing the relationship?
It depends how outrageous we're
He
talking.
says extremely wealthy. Like.
Yeah, but he's also extremely outrageous.
Yeah. It says frequent public scandals, like this guy's outside in whatever way.
Yeah, that I'd have a problem with that. Because it's also about, like, carry yourself better. Like, whether you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, you're carrying your boyfriend or your spouse or your partner. Like, you are still a representation of them. So if my man's out there acting a fool, people are looking at me like, yo, she fool too. Because she's laying down with the fool.
Okay.
Do you get what I
Do you
mean?
think people settle for certain things because of money?
100%.
Do you think that's okay?
Girl, times are hard.
Cost.
I just spent £35.
Cost of living.
I just spent £35 in Tesco on fruit. It's a tricky one, you know. It's a tricky one because money is not everything, but also love don't pay no bills.
Very true.
So I do feel like there needs to be a bit of a balance.
Okay.
Like, I don't need a rich man. Come with your little 40, 50K and we'll be rich. We'll be rich together.
Not little.
Little.
Come on.
All right, come with your big 50K.
Yeah. Come on, big
Come with your big 40K.
Yeah.
And I come with my 40K.
Yeah.
And then we do a little side hustle.
Yeah.
We're earning 100 bags a year between us. I know only half of that's going to go on bills. Because I do it single-handedly on my own anyway.
Right.
Certain women that go for guys with the money, I do feel like maybe they have to put up with more. If you think about the basketball wives, I love basketball wives and loving hip hop and all that kind of stuff. So you think about basketball wives, like their husbands are like away for the majority of the time. They're not here. So they have to think in the back of their mind, my mum might have to go and get sex somewhere else. Some of them have the open relationship thing. Some of them have different scenarios. It's more about what are you willing to compromise for the bag.
Okay.
Because then they get to live a lifestyle, they don't have to work, yada, 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 yada. I personally don't think I'd be happy with that. I really want the strong family unit. Like, that's important to me. Like, I'd rather us get rich together.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be that yes man, no man, 3 bags full. Like, I feel like I really do want us to be in this partnership together. And I find that sometimes when one partner's richer than the other, there's you shouldn't have to put up with certain things. I don't think I agree with that because there's plenty of rich guys out there that are still faithful, that are still there with one woman, that are not being outrageous. But I think sometimes in the back of females' head it's like, oh, okay, because he's doing this, I can put up with that. Like, did you not see Stefflon Don's sister the other day, a couple months ago, call Russ, is it Russ Millions? And say, babes, I want this Chanel bag. I want this Chanel bag and I want this. And he was like, yeah, cool. I was like,
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Must be lovely.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? But then she might still have to accept that he's going to be on tour for a couple of weeks. He might not be away or... So, I don't know. It's a tricky one.
Yeah. There's compromise on every level.
If he's outrageous, though,
yeah,
I'm not compromising with
I
outrageous
agree.
because that sounds like stupidity.
I agree.
And immature.
I agree.
So if you're not immature, the money really don't mean anything anyway. Because him being outlandish or whatever could eventually affect the bag anyway.
Yeah, true.
Do you get what I mean?
True.
So then
But
what?
He's already extremely wealthy. Just want to stay there. Feels good. Joking.
But I go back to the Kim and Kanye thing.
Yeah.
Because we saw him being crazy outlandish. And he kept going and going. He made more and more money. She was down for the ride. Doing up Vogue, doing up covers, doing up, let him dress you, let me. But eventually the control became a little bit too much. That's why he's got his new wife with 2 pins and walking around barefoot.
Believe it.
Because it's what you will accept. I don't think you should ever give that much. I don't think you should ever give that a man that much power over you, where you're going to accept BS. Like, do you think a man can tell me to go out barefoot, put on a bikini pants, and walk out on the street with me like that?
I'd love to know what people think in the comments. Please leave your comments about this kind of thing, like all the dilemmas you've heard. It'd be great to hear like what they think about what we shared.
Yeah, and please don't cancel me, guys.
They won't.
But I'm just keeping it real with you. That was fun. I feel like I was in the hot seat that time.
You were.
Whoa.
You did really well.
Did I do all right? Do you think I'm going to get cancelled?
No.
Thanks so much for joining me today, Lily.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
It's been lovely.
Yeah, you need to come back, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Mek Sense with Melzy, your Mek Sense dilemmas. Send in your dilemmas, guys. You can email us at podcast@melzyj.com, or you can slide in the DMs, which is Mek Sense with Melzy. Make sure you click that subscribe button, because we've got lots coming. We've got vibes. We've got more dilemmas. We've got more guests. Like, season 2 is already lit. Already lit, and we've got a whole heap of episodes to show you guys. So please make sure you click those subscribe buttons, you get in the comments, let us know what you think. Give me the feedback. I'm open to all of that and a bag of potato chips. But we're out for now. See you soon. Bye.